are not in a very difficult situation. As it has been observed, I have noted that about 70 people have lost their lives, 22 others are injured, 8 persons are missing, 24,000 households have people displaced, equivalent to about 120,000 people, and in totality, 131,000 people are affected. I want to thank our development partners and the humanitarian agencies for coming and for in this matter. But during the worst drought in 40 years, you came through for this country and the Kenyan people. Again, during the El Nino phenomenon, you were here, you came through. Again, you are here. We are always very grateful. We want to say kudos to the Red Cross, that you are always there for the people of Kenya, and your response has always been fascinating and very effective, and we want to urge you to continue having that support. We want to do several interventions so that we make sure that we don't lose more lives. We make sure children are able to go to school. We make sure that there is no fear and panic among the people of Kenya, so that everybody feels comfortable that several interventions are being made. I want to thank the technical team that has been meeting here and the recommendations that you have made. I want to respond to the issues of Nairobi. They are very urgent. And I think the food bridge is the one Governor Sakaja has talked about. I have told the CS Murkomen, I hope the DG Kura is here. Kura. Is Engineer Kinoti here? You are the one who is here? It appears you are here. I think we have agreed quickly. You mobilize contractors who are working for Kura to make sure those food bridges are restored. We are going to provide funds from the National Treasury so that we make sure children are able to go to school. I think that is something we need to do right away. I want to ask the American people, World Food Program, and others who are channeling food and non-food items through the Red Cross to give Nairobi a priority. And we have National Youth Service personnel who can assist working with the Red Cross in the distribution. So I want to request our partners to give non-food items in terms of blankets, in terms of dignity packs, in terms of food and any other items that you may have for the people of Nairobi. Yesterday, we did agree that the National Youth Service will create temporary camps for those people, and we want to ask our partners to channel food and non-food items to those people who will be in those camps so that they don't suffer unnecessarily. And I think once we do that, we'll be able to make a lot of good progress. We are in discussion with the National Treasury, and later this evening we'll be communicating to all of you. We are trying to put up about 4 billion Kenya shillings as an emergency intervention from the National Treasury, and we'll make sure at least that the NYS that is doing a lot of work is sufficiently facilitated with resources to be able to carry out the work of settling the people who need to be settled, unblocking drainages, trying to help with the dams where the water is coming from. We'll be able to put some resources to the National Disaster Operations Center so that the people there are able to stay there 24 hours to monitor the situation across the country and propose and initiate the necessary interventions that are required. We'll be able to put some resources to the National Police Service, to the Coast Guard, and to the Ministry of Interior as coordinating and logistic interveners in this matter. That we shall be able to do. We'll also be able to put some money, some resources to the roads department through the various agencies so that we can be able to restore the bridges, we can be able to make sure that we help in unblocking the drainages, and where roads have been broken, they can be restored so that people are able to go about their work. We'll be able to put some resources to the public health state department to be able to make sure that we don't have disease outbreaks, to make sure that issues of cholera and malaria are contained, because where we have a lot of water that is overrunning the slums and the sanitation challenges, we could easily have disease outbreaks, and this is something that we must deal with. In terms of the Department of ASAL, will be able to provide some funds for food and non-food items so that we can harness the efforts of our development partners who are also providing food and non-food items. So once we firm up the details with the technical committee and the CS National Treasury, in an hour or so, we'll be able to inform you what we'll be able to make available so that we make the necessary interventions. We have also asked the National Treasury to give priority to counties that have been affected so that they can access funds owed to them for the purposes of emergencies. And again, even where you have exhausted the funds, Governor Sakaja, you can still reallocate within your own space, because at the end of it all that money that you have is for the people of Nairobi. And if they are dead and carried by water, there will be nobody to enjoy those services. So we are going to look at the CS National Treasury. In an hour or so, we'll give you the list of all the counties that are affected so that you look at the requests that have been made for cash disbursement, and those counties will be given the first priority so that they have funds available to be able to make the necessary interventions. We are willing and ready to work with counties in this matter and all other matters. And Governor Mombasa, I'm very happy today you are here. The other time we did not work together because you did not come to work with us, you were talking in a baraza. Then we decided to endelea. But now that you are here, I'm very happy. It's always my joy, that of my boss, President William Ruto, to work together. So tutakubaliana so that we make sure that things are going on okay in Mombasa and other parts of the country. I agree, Governor Sakaja did a very good job last time. In fact, Nairobi, there were no issues in terms of drainage. It was a very, very good job. And I agree, you may have exhausted your funds, but you must also appreciate that Nairobi is huge, with a huge population, and your budget is equally huge. So you must try to see, even as we assist you to restore the bridges, we'll see where we can help, but we also encourage you to see what reallocation you can do so that we can work together. PS Berio, I don't know what is your advice in the school situation in Nairobi. I don't know whether you have done an analysis to make a decision whether we keep the reopening day or we extend by a day or 2 or 3 or whatever. I don't know whether you have thought it through. What is the position? Give him microphone so that we know what is the situation for the governor's comfort so that we are able to plan.